my grandmother kind of knew it was going to be the last time that we were going to spend time together. She confided in me a lot of things about the war in Germany, and having been incarcerated in India by the British for about 6 years. My mother was born in 1943 in India. They went back to Germany. Some of their friends had killed themselves, and they found entire places that they used to know, being from Berlin, just completely bombed. You know, Koblenz was like 80, 85, 90% destroyed, leveled. And it was the center for the administrative stuff. It was everything, the records all had to be copied into English. And Frankfurt became like a massive base. So I would go there and hear these sonic booms from the jets going over and dream about going to the Air Force as a kid. I thought that would be cool. Found out they would never let me do that for some reason I will talk about later, but I got to hear from her firsthand how a German man was feared and had armor. And she was talking, of course, she was born in 1915, my grandfather in 1900. It had a sidearm, a sword, a pistol, a rifle, and these big cars, and Germans, were the most, feared around the world, and she was right. She was in an entourage in India, and got a letter one day, notice that her brother had been killed, and it was one of the first times she ever talked about it. He was just about the same age as my brother, and it was kind of, you had no choice but to be swept up in the Hitler Youth and the army in Germany. You really, it was like that, or they just put you in jail. They didn't know what he was getting into, and she had already been married to my grandfather and living in India when he was conscripted, and he was sent in to test. They were testing some type of new grenade, and you could see how senseless it was for him to be told, okay, go run over that wall. It didn't go off, it didn't explode, it's okay, and then it just exploded. So it was like an accident. And I never forget that story, because I felt, gosh, I don't want to join the army now. What if that happened to me? It could be an accident, And my brother never heard that story. Nor did he hear the one from Woodyard about the plane flames flying overhead as a little boy. And a lot of the other stories that I heard as a kid about, Hitler was just a madman. Something to think about, folks. Before you vote for Trump, Hitler was a madman. Trump doesn't seem like a very happy guy to me. Seems like a very mad man.